On this episode of Florida Man Garage, we installed this. Drive shaft. Is it?
No. Welcome back to the 14th episode of this 1966 C10 to 2001 frame swap project. And in this episode, we finally do it. We get the cab back onto the frame, along with a couple other things. We got the windshield in, we got the rear glass in, we got, I'd say probably 80% of the stuff clear coated. The only thing that we still have left to clear coat is the bed. And also we got the steering column in, we got the brakes completely done, and we also got the gas pedal assembly all secured with the throttle cable ran. So we only have a couple more things before we can actually do a test drive on this. So stick around, we're getting really close. This is probably going to be a shorter episode. We're still trying to figure out the right time for each of my videos and what gets the most views and whatnot. So we're going to experiment a little bit with a shorter video on this one. Thanks everyone who's watched this far, and I appreciate all of the support. Thanks. Okay, here's after the clear coat. So I think it came out really good. Now, I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but this is just something that I've kind of always wanted to do. Wanted to get like a nice little old patina look. Yes, I wish there was more blue on some stuff and it was a little bit smoother, but I think it came out really good. And I'm just gonna give a couple reasons to why I did this, even though I guess I don't really have to since it's my project. But you know, doing a full restoration paint job is, one, it's very expensive, two, it's very time consuming, and I'd have to buy like all new panels and stuff. So I think it's kind of, I don't know, to me it's kind of interesting to keep the old stuff. Like, this is what was originally on the truck. This was the original paint job from 1966, so I think that's kind of interesting to keep. And eventually, yeah, I probably will do some more and different stuff to it. Maybe eventually we'll do a full paint job on on it, but it's just going to kind of be like every other restored truck at that point. So I do kind of like that this has a different look to it. It'll be a little bit more original. Not that I'm the first person to do a clear coat patina, but it just everyone is different because it is how it looked back then and what the age and weather has done to it. So it's kind of why I decided to go this route, and I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's all back together, because it's, you know, still in pieces here. We don't get the full picture, but I think it's starting to come together and look pretty good. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like the patina? Do you wish we went a different route? And if so, maybe we will in the future, but this is what we're going to go with for now till we get it running and driving. Well, it took my dad and I about 45 minutes to get this glass in. It's not easy by any means. There's no real easy way to do it. You just spray a bunch of stuff on there, and we got this corner in first, and then we got the bottom in, and then we kind of worked our way up and around. I was on the inside kind of poking the gasket up, and he was out here kind of guiding it along. So we still have to get the sealing piece in here, the locking bead. I'm waiting on that tool to come in from Amazon. For now, at least we got the window in. So yeah, it's not fun, it's not easy. I don't know how the windshield's gonna go. Well, I guess we'll see that in a few days.
Oh yeah, the back wheel's got a clip under it. Yeah, it's resting on metal. Loose too, so I think.
Pretty gnarly, it's actually on there.
This is sick.
Well, yesterday we were able to get the cab back on, so it's a huge milestone. So glad to have that out of the way. Back on there, it's looking great. We were basically able to get the windshield in, but it's not perfectly in. This bottom part, I don't know if you can tell much, but the bottom part's really not in at all. So you can like fit something under there. It's like the whole windshield needs to come down some. Putting this windshield in is such a pain in the ass. It's so hard to do. So it's still not right. We still have to mess with that, but it's in there for now. As far as mounting the cab, I didn't necessarily see this in the instructions. It came with a kit, but you have to drill the hole here from the bottom. It doesn't go where the stock mounts go. It's over here. So that's about 6 inches or so. I'll measure it real quick. So it's 5.5 inches to the left on the driver's side. Same on the passenger side to get those mounts in. Now these mounts back here mount up, but you do have to cut out this part here, and then the bolt goes down, where typically it goes up from the bottom in the OEM portion of this. Here's where the cab mounts all ended up being. So this one was over a little bit. Mentioned that wasn't really in the directions that I saw. Here it is down here. Just kind of show you guys how it lines up. This rear one, you do have to grind this basically down flat, so you can put this bolt going through down there, and then this just attaches to this bar with the stock Tahoe mounts. I still need to tighten this down because we can move that around a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Today I'm going to try to focus on getting this brake assembly back in, and hopefully we can get the brakes kind of working, maybe get the steering column back in. I don't know, we'll just see how far we get with this today. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill 4 holes here that match up to the back of this Tahoe brake booster. So it's going to match that pattern, get that in there. So hopefully that lines up pretty good. And then we just have to work on connecting this to the pedal. And hopefully the brakes will be pretty simple to do. I'm hoping. We'll see how far we get with that. Okay, so I need this shaft to be 7.5 inches long to connect to the brake pedal. So I'm going to cut this off and then slide this on and weld it, so I have this little bit of adjustment here, and that will give us the length that we need. Alright, I drilled some holes for the Tahoe brake booster. So now I'm going to try to put back in the original 66 pedal assembly, and we'll try to hook everything up here. Okay, that's the pedal assembly in. Now I'm going to try to get this brake booster in. Connect this linkage now and hope that this pedal is kind of in the right spot here. Feels pretty good. Okay, so we got the Tahoe booster mounted up here. So I drill the 4 holes and got it linked up to the stock 66 pedal assembly here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those Tahoe bolts that come through. This seems to be a pretty good spot here. So we have 1 pedal done. Just gonna put on this master cylinder real quick, see if these brake lines will line up. If that's the case, then we are done with the brakes. Okay, got that on. Plug in this vacuum line. I wonder if I can shorten this a little bit. Okay, shorten that a little bit. Fits in here a little bit better now. I think the brakes are 100% complete. Well, 95%. Gotta fill it and bleed it. Think we have brakes.
Is it?
No. It's a steering column.
Yeah, this is part of the steering wheel.
So I have my lovely assistant here going to help me put in the steering column. If you would, hold it about like that. You have to get your arm down there. I think the back part needs to be all the way up. Good. Now? Yeah.
And there you have it, folks. We got a little mirror. This is your mirror.
Yeah.
So cute. Come here, Bobby. And if you're on camera. This is the best shop dog in the whole world. What? Oh, so sweet. Happy girl. Whoa. You take that again?
So I was able to get the steering column bolted in here, but then I couldn't get the piece that's supposed to go in these 3 holes, and then it kind of holds the steering column from this side. Couldn't get that piece here because there's not enough room with the brake booster being here. So then I started looking at it and realized that I could just put it on the inside, So I got it like this here. So I had drilled 2 holes for it to bolt through this way. And then now we can have this collar on here and secure it this way. So the only problem is that now there's this big kind of gap area here. So I'm gonna try to fill that with some of this stuff here to reduce the wind noise, and then bolt that thing down and we should be good to go. Okay, I cut out this piece. Going to go ahead and stick this around the bottom there. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Just have to find that hole. Okay, just gotta do the same thing. This side's a little bit harder to reach though. Okay, I think that's pretty straight. I think I can tighten down these bolts now. Okay, I think the steering column is mounted as good as it can be right now. Just gotta put this in. This pin needs to go through here, but the hole's not big enough. Guess we're gonna give it a couple taps. Just gonna work on getting this on because that does not line up how it's supposed to. Okay, last night I was able to get the steering column fully mounted in. The only problem I see so far is that it's really tight up against the dash. So when I'm changing the gear from park to reverse or whatever, it's like just dragging across this top part. Like the column needs to come this way a little bit, but it's kind of too short because barely leaving enough room down here for this part, which is the part that links down to the transmission to change the gears. So if it goes in any further, it's going to be hitting the firewall here. I'm going to get it linked up and see how far this has to turn, and then hopefully I can push that steering column in just a little bit. Will allow it to shift gears properly and let this not hit here and also not drag on the dash. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I already got that little adapter on the transmission down there, and then it just basically has a rod. This rod just basically comes up, connects to this piece that goes onto the steering column, and then it just spins and changes the gear. Show you a little bit more as I connect it here. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that this has enough room to turn. I'm going to try to put it basically at its highest point that this will allow, because you can lock this in at so many different spots. So I'm going to see here where we can put this. Okay, just need to tighten that down a little bit. So yesterday I was able to get this gas pedal assembly in along with the throttle cable. So I still need to kind of button that up a little bit, but we have both of our pedals now in and they're both functional. The steering column is in, but the only problem is we're still working on that linkage so that we can swap the gears. So right now this is just it's not working like this. I had to order something else that has more of a cable mechanism, because this, when I pull down the lever in the cab, it's twisting this as it's supposed to, but it's applying more of a pull this way versus a push down. It needs to push down this way to change the gears, but it's more just pulling this rod to this side, so it's not really working. But anyway, that's where we are going to end this episode here. We got the cab back on. It's a huge accomplishment. We got the windshield mostly in. So on the next episode, we're going to be doing some wiring, gonna try to get started up again, and then connect the steering column. Hopefully we can get that shifting into gear also, and we might even be able to take it on a test drive. I'm not quite sure how far we're gonna get in the next episode. I also want to start bolting on some parts that I got, try to clear out the garage a little bit with so many parts, just get it back onto the truck, clear up the garage, get some parts onto the truck, and just see how far we make it in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching. Consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, even that just says hi or hello, really helps out the YouTube algorithm, and hopefully we can get some traction here and get going. We're real close to our 1,000 subscriber mark, so I thank you all again. Take care.